Move out of my way, you fat pieces of poop. I am not going to die today.
Yo, I just crashed my car again for the 18th time today. Yo, sorry everyone.
I can't believe some idiot crashed again on the evacuation highway. I bet it was Caleb. We are all doomed now.
There's another hurricane coming! Ah! What are we gonna do, guys? There's another one! Oh my gosh! Is what I would say if this was my first time going through one, because let me tell you guys, as someone that has been through, I don't even know how many hurricanes, what is it, like 8 or 10 hurricanes at this point? So every single hurricane since the year 2004, I've lived through it. I'm sorry if I just made some of you feel very old. Hurricane evacuations, it's the same thing every year. It's just a big, ginormous mosh pit of people, normally making the highways go 10 times beyond their regular capacity of what they were built for, and it just turns into a mess because most of the people going through hurricanes now, you know, the newer hurricanes that are coming around, as of me recording this, there's no hurricane, but there probably will be in the future like there always is. One thing I forgot to mention while recording this video is that this video is gonna only talk about Florida hurricanes. So if you're expecting Texas hurricanes or even Louisiana hurricanes or even that one that went into the Appalachian, then we're not gonna be talking about that in this video. Sorry. Plus we get like 9 trillion% of them anyways, so we're rolling into hurricane season soon. And the reason it gets so bad is because everyone going through whatever hurricane that comes through, it's normally always their first time because Florida is such a tourist-based state. Everyone visits Florida. Everyone comes over here on their vacations, whether you want to go to Daytona Beach, Miami Beach, like whatever beach. We have a bunch of beaches. Heck, you know, at this point, the entire state is a beach. At this point, Disney is also the beach as well. I mean, like close enough. And because of that, there's a bunch of new people in the state of Florida that have never experienced the typical Florida weather changes. Like how it can be like 70 degrees one day, go up to 100 the next, and go right down to like 30 the next day. But why does Florida get so many hurricanes? Why do we get hurricanes? Okay, well, short answer is because we live in the tropical region of the world. But the reason why we get so many is because we need to understand how hurricanes form. So basically what happens when you have deep enough water, a very warm climate, and a bunch of wind blowing, sometimes it kicks up a whole bunch of wind into a certain way that it forms a hurricane. And especially when it's very warm, that makes it even worse. That makes the hurricanes even stronger. And where do most of the hurricanes form? Near Africa, because all the sand from there kicks up and they just, I don't know, I think Africa's just angry at Florida for whatever reason. It's like, ugh, I hate Florida today for no particular reason. I got a great idea. Let's send a hurricane all the way over there. See, this is totally true. This is exactly what happens, guys. But why is everyone so scared of hurricanes? See, I've been through so many of them. I'm not scared, but everyone else is. Because everyone has this misconception that hurricanes are like tornadoes. Like the moment you step outside, you're gonna fly away. No, maybe that might happen if you weigh like 2 pounds, but although they do share a lot of similarities, they are fundamentally very different. With hurricanes, you know it's gonna come like a whole week in advance. Meanwhile, tornadoes quite literally just spawn into existence. A tornado is just a big stick of wind. Meanwhile, hurricanes are extremely large pieces of wind with a bunch of rain. But one thing that hurricanes and tornadoes do have in common is that they are both very expensive to clean up after. Of course, this entirely depends on the intensity of the hurricane or tornado. Yo, speaking of expensive, oh, dude, that hurts. Oh, I'm broke. It looks like it's time for me to pay my bills. But do you guys want your bills paid too? All right, listen up. Listen closely because you may be entitled to some money here. Recently, a jury ordered Meta and YouTube to pay millions for their role in designing and promoting addictive platforms. They knew their apps could contribute to anxiety, depression, and body image issues, but did not share those risks while prioritizing profits. The recent historical verdict underscores the consequences of those decisions. If you or your child spent years growing up on social media and experienced serious mental health struggles, you should hear this. Morgan & Morgan is stepping up to hold these platforms accountable. You could use the link in my description or scan the QR code to take a short quiz to see if you qualify for a case. It's completely free and you may be entitled to a potential recovery of over $1,000. All right, let's get back to the video now. Actually, a lot of the time whenever a hurricane rolls around, you'll see the longtime residents actually having a blast. But long story short, hurricanes can be deadly. They can tear apart buildings. They can tear up the roads, which has happened many times. They can flood all the streets, cause so much property damage, and they can be very lethal. We've had countless amounts of people die because of these storms. But there's a really big caveat to that. Hurricanes are very deadly if you live on the coast. If you're in like mainland, you're in or near central Florida, then like you're gonna be just fine. I'm not saying you shouldn't evacuate. If you feel that would be the best course of action, then by all means do so. But what I'm saying is people tend to overreact or greatly exaggerate the actual danger of the storm a lot. Normally nothing ever happens if you're in Central. It's just heavy rain. It'll be heavy rain, you'll hear some winds, and that's about it. But that doesn't stop everyone from freaking the fuck out every time one happens. Oh my goodness. It's like normally everyone becomes aware of the hurricanes a good week beforehand. And whenever that happens, oh my goodness, Walmart turns into a freaking mosh pit. It's like, oh my gosh, I need to go in there now. I need to raid Walmart. I need to steal everything. Yes, I do realize how ridiculous it sounds to complain about people preparing for a potentially life-threatening storm, but like, I'm just trying to get my Doritos, man, and y'all just took that as well. Like, a lot of these things that sell out immediately are just not essential to your survival, but everyone is just destroying the grocery stores anyways, all because the sky turned gray. Because I'm gonna die! Oh my gosh, guys, we didn't steal from Walmart now. It's not enough. No, we didn't take Walmart itself. I'm gonna bring Walmart to my house and leave nothing for anyone! If you're a homeowner in the state of Florida, you know this all too well. It's very scary for you because, well, if you get hurricane damage from your house, it's very bad because, well, that's your house. Now, it didn't really used to be that big of an issue. What I mean is that the insurance companies would typically cover the cost. But now, the insurance companies recently have just pulled out of Florida because of all the hurricanes. Because it's quote-unquote too expensive to cover the cost. God forbid the insurance companies do the job that we very specifically pay them to do. What? We have to actually help people fix their houses and not just steal their money? What? No! Because whenever a Category 5 hurricane rolls around, or one that everyone is just very scared of, then we get massive evacuation warnings. Pretty much meaning the state of Florida themselves are telling you, bro, get out of here, man. This is gonna be pretty deadly. You might die. Get out. Now, you don't typically see this in Central, but if you're on the coast, then yeah, I would get out of there. I forgot which one it was. It might have been Hurricane Milton or Hurricane Ian. But I remember there was one hurricane where Fort Myers was pretty much destroyed. Then more recently with Hurricane Milton, sadly I can't find the video anymore, but I remember there were videos of I-75 being backed up so bad that everyone was just straight up breaking the law and just driving on the shoulder. I remember the TikTok videos from that time. There was like 50 miles of just red line traffic on Google Maps, but that's not the worst of it. During Hurricane Irma was the worst one. Oh my gosh. I briefly mentioned this in my Florida Turnpike video, so I'm gonna bring it up again for those of you that haven't seen it. So one thing I didn't mention in that video is that the Florida Turnpike is actually a designated hurricane evacuation route. So even though the entire Florida Turnpike is tolled, one good thing that Florida does is that they actually turn off the tolls whenever there's a hurricane evacuation. So you can drive on it for free. It's not guaranteed that you'd actually get anywhere though, considering that the traffic is probably going to be abysmal. Because look at this right here. Here is 400 miles of traffic because of Hurricane Irma. That's right. Everyone from the coast was going all the way up through Central Florida, way past Ocala, even into the state of Georgia. Like, the traffic was so bad it crossed states. When does that happen? To give you guys a better perspective on just how bad traffic can get during these times, some people have reported that it has taken them over 24 hours to leave the state under these circumstances. A drive that would normally take you between 4 and 6 hours depending on where you start from, taking over an entire day. Yeah, no thanks, I'm good. I'll just stay home. Don't worry about me, guys. I'll just die. But typically, most of the time, the hurricanes really aren't that bad. So essentially, we just get really bad traffic jams for no reason. I swear, these traffic jams during hurricanes are so bad that, dare I say, guys, it rivals Atlanta, Georgia on a typical day. Dare I say New York City, maybe even Los Angeles as well. I know, I can't believe it either. It's crazy. It's like there's so many people trying to leave at once that it becomes purgatory. It's like I'm trying to go up, but I can't. I'm trying to go backwards, but I can't because I'm surrounded by cars everywhere. I can't go to the side because there's a big load of nothing. There's walls in my way. I'm trapped. I can't do anything. Come on, move! Get out of the way! No! But another thing is that whenever a hurricane comes around, you'll see traffic in the most random places imaginable. Why are you people here? Get out! We're literally in the middle of nowhere right now. Like, why are you over here? It would be the most random road that's normally empty on a typical day. Will just be flooded with people. It's like, get out! What are you doing here? Though if you are on lower ground, then I would definitely move your car because, yeah, take Fort Myers for an example. But what no one talks about is the aftermath of all the traffic from the evacuation going to every other area. Like Georgia, I'm so sorry for all the people that flood the state border. Like, how I imagine it happening is that whenever there's an evacuation warning, people just pretty much spawn in the state of Georgia. They just go like, hello, people of Georgia. Get out! But another lesser talked about topic that I don't really see too many people touch on is the traffic jams after the hurricane. Like when the evacuation warnings are lifted, the hurricane is gone, everything's going back to normal. Is the traffic going back into Florida? Like all the people going back home after it? Because it's pretty much just the same story as when the hurricane was first coming over. Specifically, I-75 and I-95 have it the worst. It is just the nightmare. It's almost not even worth dealing with it. I might as well just not even evacuate. Because I swear there's so many old people during the evacuations because Florida's the retirement state. The stress is probably so bad that maybe some of them just have a heart attack and just die right there. And then they crash into someone else. And it causes more accidents. So the traffic getting back is probably worse than when you were trying to leave. But if I had to give you guys some advice for those of you, if it's your first time going through a hurricane, be some of the first to go to Walmart or Aldi's. Grab enough water. Don't steal everything from everyone else. Typically, this happens so much that stores will put a limit on how much you can buy for this exact reason. If you're on lower ground, typically like some parks will just have like a whole bunch of sand get dumped there for everyone to just take for free. So you can load up sandbags and protect your house from water getting in. This was especially prevalent during Hurricane Ian. And stay calm. Make sure you have flashlights at the ready, more AA batteries, food that you can eat, and do not, for the love of God, do not shop last minute. Because if you shop last minute, you are guaranteed to not have anything. Okay, really quick update on the Patreon situation. Every video, it gets progressively more difficult to fit all the free members onto one screen, but I'm still managing for now. Oh, and don't think I forgot about you, YouTube members. I see you guys too. And for the Money Mog tier, I mentioned that your names would be bigger, and I wasn't kidding. In fact, they were so large that we are still zooming out to fit them on screen. That's right, it's not just a black screen. No, we are zooming out to fit their names on here. And just a continued thank you to everyone supporting the channel.